Welcome back, guys, to Rule of Two Review. My name is Rob, and today we're going to love on some Smash Brothers. Alrighty, well, like I said, welcome back, guys. I know it's been about a week or so, I think, since my last video. I know I usually churn them out a little bit quicker than that, but I've actually been kind of sick lately. And to be completely honest, I'm not entirely well yet either. But since I happen to have some time, the day off from work today, and I'm, starting to feel better, I figure, hey, it's probably a good time to go ahead and get on and chat about a couple of things with you guys. So I might put up a few videos today. Keep an eye out. Also, you're finally watching first some of my footage of Shadow of Mordor. See, that's how sick I am. I can't even talk. Oh my gosh. Try not to judge. But yeah, you're watching some Shadow of Mordor footage, as I mentioned recently. I really, really liked that game, but I really, really stopped playing it after the first day. I promise I will make a video kind of talking a little bit more in depth about that. But first, I actually wanted to get into some of the Smash Brothers stuff, like I said. So, Smash Brothers for the 3DS has finally come out. And I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are playing it. I, of course, am playing it. I've been completely hooked, although Hyrule Warriors still keeps taking my time. But Smash Brothers is still occupying like most of my gaming time right now. And it's great. I think it's, it seems like everything we wanted a Smash Brothers to be. So I kind of wanted to riff on my thoughts really quickly about it. I don't want to go in too in depth. And then also touch on how I think it could affect the Wii U version. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Because that's a pretty big thing that's still set to happen at this point. So I think that what's really stood out to me is that this new Smash Brothers feels faster, and that's kind of a funny thing for me to think about, because I know, in the last year or so leading up to the release of this new one, Smash Brothers 4, if you will, some people have talked about how they thought that Melee was really fast and Brawl was quite a bit slower. And in my own mind, I don't ever remember thinking that or making that comparison. Like, I remember when Brawl came out, and I don't ever remember thinking, oh man, this is good, but it's just really slow compared to Melee. I don't remember thinking that. It's probably true, and the reason I really think it's true is that now that I've been playing the new Smash Brothers for the 3DS the last couple of days, I definitely can tell. I feel it. I feel that this one is a faster, smoother experience. It boggles my mind how they've gotten this game to run as well as it does and look as good as it does on the 3DS. I mean, the 3DS is obviously a much more capable system than we thought. Plus, maybe it's just, that Sakurai is a masterpiece of design when it comes to putting stuff like this on the 3DS hardware, because it looks gorgeous and it runs perfectly. It never stutters, as far as frame rate. It is insane how smooth this game runs and you all know what a Smash Brothers game is like, and we know what's been packed into this new one. There is a ridiculous amount of content in a Smash Brothers game. It is bursting at the seams. This is the first 3DS game I've ever had that required an update right away. So I even had to do that. But, well, I didn't have to do it to start it, but I chose to do it because they had a day one patch, so why not do that? So, yeah, the game just runs and looks gorgeous. And now here's the thing. When I say that it runs gorgeous, runs well, I should say. What's interesting is, the one time I tried online matches, it was pretty choppy. It took me about 4 or 5 times to connect. And once I did connect, it was a little laggy, and it really actually did suffer from slowdown. So, I looked online, and it seemed like some people are reporting having the same kind of issues, and, I really hope that this isn't a sign that there's major online connectivity problems like there was with Brawl, because that's a huge opportunity for Smash Brothers to soar to even new heights, and we all want to do that. And I know some people have played online, and it's been okay, so it seems like maybe it's still like the launch week problems and stuff like that, because it was already out in Japan, and then all of a sudden it came out in America, and so all these millions of new people, a million new people or whatever, probably all of a sudden jumped on the server, so they've probably been dealing with that. That's my guess. I'm hoping it's going to run much smoother. It was still a fun couple of matches that I did, but it was really unfortunate that I had all this lag and slowdown. But yeah, other than that, like I said, the game is running beautifully. I really wish that you could change the goddamn circle pad to the D-pad. I don't always want... for fighting games, and especially Smash Brothers, I know some people will think I'm crazy, but I want to use a D-pad. I think D-pad is the only way to use to play a fighting game. I think that the quicker response of I'm tapping right or I'm tapping left is much better than, you're holding to the right on your analog stick, and when you need to go left all of a sudden, you need to travel the analog stick all the way over, and it's got its, like accept and react to that feedback the entire way. And granted, that takes a fraction of a second in real time, but in video game fighting time, that's like pretty long, and that can make the difference, you know. Not to mention with Smash Brothers, it's weird the way you turn around. The problem I've always had with using an analog stick is turning around. If I'm facing to the right and then I just want to turn and face left, but I don't want to move left, that's really hard to do in Smash Brothers, because when you use an analog stick and you tap it, if you push it all the way, they have this mechanic where your character runs automatically, which a lot of times is great, sure, but when it comes to just wanting to turn around to pick up an item or face the person behind you or whatever, if you were using a D-pad and you could just tap the other direction, your character would just turn around and be standing right where you want them to be and not have moved or walked, 5 feet. And so those kinds of things are the reason why that quick, actual tactile response of a D-pad to me is what I prefer. That being said, I actually have still adapted to using the circle pad on the 3DS quite well, and I've got it figured out, and I have it feeling great, and I moved the buttons around a little bit. I changed the shield and the guard, and that stuff is feeling great. So much content. Let me wrap up the 3DS thing so I can get to the Wii U stuff. So much content. The Smash Run, holy freaking cow. That is, as I had guessed, easily my favorite mode. I really want to know what you guys think about Smash Run, so please talk about it below. But I am loving how it's laid out. It feels like a combination of like a Subspace Emissary and like the old Mortal Kombat, like the middle numbered Mortal Kombat games where you had these different objectives and stuff to achieve. It's really, really cool. And I love, just killing all of these random enemies and getting involved in these random brawls and stuff, and then you get all these power-ups that show up and you just pick them up like mad. It lasts way longer than I was expecting, and there are way more power-ups to pick up than I expected. I really, really am enjoying doing that, and I love the final modes. The classic mode, I'm so glad that's back. At first, I didn't think it was, where you fight through a couple of random challenges, and then you fight Master Hand, and I'm so glad that's back, which it is. And there's even like there's 2 other ways to fight. One of them I've done where you can fight Master Hand and Crazy Hand at the same time, and that's insane, but I actually beat it at my first try. And then there's another one my friend was telling me about where there's like a Shadow Hand or something. I haven't found out how. I think you have to play the game at level 9 or something, or maybe just over level 7 or 8. So you have to play it on a very hard difficulty. And that sounds cool. I haven't seen or played it yet. So if you guys have, you should let me know. But that sounds really neat. So I'm loving that the classic mode is back. And yeah, there's just, all that content. Zero Suit Samus, my girl, she's awesome. I'm really, really liking her. Pac-Man, very surprising new character. Really, really good, tough guy. I like him a lot. So far, just last night, I played Palutena for the first time, and I was so excited to have her. And man, she kind of sucks. She has like no offense, and I don't understand it. She's almost like a waste of a character. So I'll spend some more time with her, but she seems just okay. I played as Rosalina. She was okay. I did beat classic mode with her, Rosalina and Luma, I should say. They're okay. I obviously did fine with them. She didn't super impress me, but she was all right. Little Max seems really, really good. I haven't spent a lot of time, but he seems cool. Shulk is awesome. I'm really, really digging him. I haven't had a chance. I'm trying to think of the new characters I haven't played yet. I haven't played as Robin or Lucina. The other 2 Fire Emblem characters, gosh, is that it? Greninja, all the Pokemon characters, I haven't played as them. I haven't played as Dark Pit, who I did just unlock. And there's probably another 1 or 2, but I think I've named all the ones that I have played with, so we'll go with that. Those are all the new characters I have played with, so. Character roster's great. I like that there's still some things to unlock, and I think that's really, really neat. I'm hoping that they add more, or I don't really know. I'm fumbling over my words here, so forgive me. The whole thing is that I think with Smash Brothers, one of the best feelings is surprise unlocks, where like you don't know that there's someone else to unlock or what have you. That happened to me a couple times with Melee, and it was the greatest thing ever. Granted, that was the days where the internet really wasn't a big thing, and not everyone had it, so it's easier to keep those surprises. But I think that's the best. So I'm glad that there's still characters to unlock. I initially had the fear that going into the game, there was all characters and all stages available immediately. It wasn't until the day before that I realized there were still some characters to unlock. So thank goodness. I know I still have a couple to go. I think I've gotten 3 so far. And yeah, so I don't know. I feel like those are my quick thoughts on the 3DS version. I'm really, really liking it. I'm sure you guys are too, but definitely share your thoughts. However, the 3DS version being out does also get me thinking a little bit about the Wii U version. So the number one thing that I think about when I think of the Wii U version is how will it be different from the 3DS version? And I say that because you know, if it wasn't any different from the 3DS version, that would still be fine and I would still be excited for it. But that's the big ticket, man. That's the hot ticket that we're all waiting for. That new console, next gen Smash Brothers, you know, and it's going to look amazing and it's going to play amazing and we're all ready for it. So, you know, it's going to be good no matter what. However, I think that it does need to differentiate itself a little bit. And we already kind of know it's going to, because I think they mentioned that Smash Run and the 2 online modes, which are For Fun and For Glory, I think are not confirmed to be in the Wii U version. So I hope that means sometime in the next week or two, we actually get maybe a Smash Brothers Wii U specific Nintendo Direct where we can actually hear about some additional features that are going to be exclusive to the Wii U version. I mean, if Smash Run isn't in that game, then to me that means that we should have probably like a unique Wii U mode, you know, no Smash Run substituted for something different, you know, if not even 2 different modes. That's really what I'm hoping for. I'd love to get some exclusive content, exclusive features and ways to play through Smash Brothers on the Wii U that are different from the 3DS, you know, take advantage of the far superior hardware and add more things that maybe the 3DS couldn't do. And I say that with the 3DS version being a completely full experience. There's nothing missing from that game. It is more than a full experience. It's already 3 or 4 times more content than your average game. So it's complete. However, you could probably do even more with what's available on the Wii U, so it would be really nice to see some different things. We do know that there are stages that are specific to each console, so we're going to get different stages in the Wii U version than the 3DS version. That's really cool. I'm excited for that. They've said numerous times that the character roster is supposed to be the same. And, like, that's good. But at the same time, I actually feel like it would almost be cooler if that wasn't the case. I wouldn't mind some Wii U specific characters, you know, or even just, you know, not even necessarily characters specific to that platform, but just characters specific to the Wii U version. I think that it would be neat to make a couple different people here and there. But with the connectivity between the 3DS and Wii U version, maybe that's one of the reasons why. I don't know. That's just kind of a guess. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how it's going to be different, you know, and it would be really interesting if we all basically know DLC is going to be coming. We've been talking about it because Nintendo's finally doing it and they seem to be doing it really well. So great. I would love it if we actually got like a Wii U specific content pack and a 3DS specific content pack, you know, something to further the need to play both versions as time goes on down the road. I think that would be great. The other thing that I think they need to do is make sure that, you know, anything that's universal DLC between both versions, I think that you should only have to purchase it once and it should work for both versions. And I'd be willing to bet that because they're realizing that kind of stuff now, Nintendo is, that whenever we do get DLC, it will work that way. But I guess that remains to be seen. We'll kind of have to figure it out. So, I don't know. I still think the Wii U version is going to be the better one. I mean, I can't wait to get the console experience on my huge 50-inch TV. And, you know, with an actual game controller or gamepad in my hand, that's going to be amazing. I really can't wait to see the unique stages. But, you know, mark my words, I think we're going to get a unique mode or 2. And I really think we may actually get that Nintendo Direct that's going to focus on the Wii U version specifically and talk about, you know, now that you've been playing the 3DS version, the Wii U version comes out, you know, November 21st or whatever. And, you know, it turns out we have this mode and we have this thing and this thing, you know, that you couldn't do previously in the 3DS version. So that'll really be cool if that stuff comes to light. So I'm really hoping that happens. But regardless, I'm like more pumped for it than ever just because I've been playing the 3DS version. It's a great warm-up for the main event, which is the Wii U version. 3DS version is great, rock solid. It might be the best Smash Brothers ever. I don't know. I'll probably be able to give that verdict a little more accurately once the Wii U version comes out. But right now, it's definitely a contender. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, so I don't know. Those are my quick thoughts on the 3DS version and how it might affect the Wii U version, if that'll be any different. So, you know, like I said, let me know what you guys think below. I want to hear your thoughts on the 3DS version below. I want to hear you guys talk about Smash Run if you guys like it. I really want to know what you think about that. What other modes are you playing? What characters do you like? Is there anyone else you don't like? And what do you think about the Wii U version? Will it be different, or do you think it's going to be a, you know, carbon copy with the exception of a few stages? So that is it. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, if you are new to Rule of Two Review, you should please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It helps me and all the videos and stuff out big time. If you like the video, like and share your video. Share your comments and your thoughts about Smash Brothers below. Follow the links below to the Facebook page and the Twitter, both of which I run. And thank you for tuning in. I will, of course, catch you guys on the next video.